Another point that we should mention regarding this Perek Kav Zayin of Tehillim is the pasuk towards the end, Lule shehe'emanti lir'oth tuv Adonai be'eretz hayim. This pasuk requires some explanation. It is a very brief pasuk, and it seems to be disjointed and without a beginning, without an end exactly. The truth is that the following pasuk is an extension of and a conclusion of this pasuk, but the beginning of the pasuk requires explanation. Lule he'emanti lir'oth b'tuv Adonai. The meaning of this pasuk, first of all, is as follows: that I would have already been lost due to my great dismay and pain and sadness due to my situation of being chased and pursued by enemies who both threaten my physical existence. This is David HaMelech, of course, speaking. I am pursued by enemies who wish to kill me, literally in the physical sense, and also as a result of this, I am unable to spend the time that I would wish to spend dealing with spiritual matters, those things that bring me closer to you, HaShem. And that is what David HaMelech wishes to express in this whole Perek of Tehillim. As with many other Prakim in Tehillim, his desire, his aspiration, his true inner will and aspiration to come closer to HaShem, to be able to spend the time needed for this endeavor of delving into the Torah and into Hashem's wisdom as we see it, as we find it from the Torah, as we see it around us in the created universe. So David HaMelech says, were it not for the fact that I believe and I trust in you, Hashem, that you will save me from my enemies and you will bring me back to a time and a place where I will be able to spend my time in such a manner that will bring me closer to you. Were it not for this, I would have given up a long time ago. I would have been entirely without hope. But because I believe in you, if it were not for the fact that I believe in you, then I would have been in that situation. But I do believe in you. Lir'oth b'tuv Adonai be'eretz hayim. To experience the good and the glory and the light of Hashem, be'eretz hayim. The question is, what is be'eretz hayim? Here David HaMelech expresses the desire that Hashem help him to return to Eretz HaHayim. Because David HaMelech previously expressed the fact that he was forced to leave Eretz Yisrael. This is one of the Perushim that we find, and this, I believe, is the essential and the fundamentally correct Perush. Be'eretz Hayim here refers to Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael is the place where the Shekhinah of Hashem is most clearly and most powerfully felt by those who are attuned and able to pick up that frequency, as it were, of Hashem's Shekhinah. And David HaMelech was terribly saddened and distressed that he had to leave Eretz Yisrael, that he was chased from Eretz Yisrael by his enemies. And this is what he expressed earlier in the Mizmor. And here he expresses his belief, his conviction that Hashem will return him to Eretz Yisrael, which is the place of Hashem's Shekhinah, and there he will be able to rest finally from those enemies who pursue him, and then he will finally be able to return to that state which he prayed for at the beginning of the Mizmor, which was Shivti bevet Adonai kol yemei hayai, to be with Hashem, to sit before Hashem in the Mikdash or in the Beth Midrash, to be with Chachamim and Tzadikim who will open my eyes to Hashem and His Torah in a deep way. Lahazot b'no'am Adonai u'levaker be'echalo. This was his express wish earlier in the Mizmor, and here David HaMelech says, I believe and I have full faith in the fact that Hashem will cause this to become a reality. So this is the first Perush that we find in a number of Mefarshim, like the Reed, like the Seforno and the Malbim, and also the Radak also explains in a number of places that Eretz Hayim refers to Eretz Yisrael. For example, in the Pasuk in Yeshayahu, we have the Pasuk in Yeshayahu Perek Nun Gimel, Ki nigzar me'eretz Hayim both Rashi and Radak there explain that it refers to someone who is forced to go into exile to leave Eretz Yisrael. And so explains the Radak on the Pasuk in Tehillim Koftet Zayin, where it says, Et halech lifnei Adonai barasot ha'hayim. There Radak also explains, Od et halech lifnei Hashem be'eretz Yisrael sheshechinato sham. I will yet be zocher to return and to be in Eretz Yisrael where Hashem's Shekhinah is to be found. This is the one of the Perushim that we find regarding Eretz HaHayim, and this I think is the essentially the most correct and straightforward explanation. There is also another two explanations. One explanation is, a further explanation is that Eretz Hayim refers to Olam Haba, that the tefillah is, that David HaMelech is praying for the fact that if in this world he is pursued and has to deal with enemies and all kinds of distractions, he hopes that in the world to come, he believes there he will have the peace of mind and the time and the ability to be with Hashem, as it were, to become close to Hashem and to enjoy spiritual bliss. This Perush we find in the Targum, in Rav Saadia Gaon, Rashi, and the Meiri, and here also in the Radak. There is a third Perush also which understands Eretz Hayim simply to mean the land of the living in the most simple sense, that is to say, Olam Hazeh, this world, as opposed to those who have already passed away and left this world, that David HaMelech expresses his wish and his belief that he will yet again be able to live here in this world in peace, in tranquility, and therefore also again to pursue his true goal in life, which is to come closer to Hashem. But the straightforward and the most authentic Perush, I believe, is that which we find in the Reed and the Seforno and the Malbim, and I mentioned the other Psukim in Yeshayahu and in Tehillim, where other Mefarshim such as Rashi and Radak explain that Arsot HaHayim or Eretz Hayim refers to Eretz Yisrael, because the true place, the only place for a Jew to truly come close to Hashem and to be able to form the closest possible bond and relationship with Hashem is in Eretz Yisrael, Eretz HaHayim.
The production of these videos and maintaining this channel demands much time and money. If you enjoyed this video, please show your appreciation and support. To make a donation, please go to www.machonshilo.org and press the PayPal button which appears on the upper right-hand side of the home page. To sponsor a video or purchase Birkon Nusach Eretz Yisrael, please write us at office@machonshilo.org.